Hello and welcome back to the Reaper. So we're working on our Mig-15 at the moment, and it's got some kind of weird controls, so I thought I'd better show you a video of setting up the controls for the Mig-15. So we're in our main menu here. We're going to go through options here. There it is, Mig-15 sim, that's what we want to do. This is how I set it up. You may set it up slightly differently, or you may choose to copy me. Or you may choose to add some additional commands in as well. But these are the basic commands I got. The other things I was perfectly happy to use the cockpit clickable buttons for, so stand by. Right, so as ever we start off with the axis commands. So onto this box here, and axis commands. So here's the list of commands on the left here. Here's the inputs you can have for the keyboard, here's the inputs you can have for the left part of the HOTAS, and here's the inputs for the right part of the HOTAS. My HOTAS is an X56 Cytec Rhino. You may have, or you almost certainly will have a different stick, so you might not be able to use the actual buttons that I set, but you can use something similar, and I'll describe where I'm setting them roughly on my stick if you choose to do them the same. So first things, start with all the basic stuff. I'm going to go down. There's quite a lot of axis commands here by the looks of things. Zoom I like to have, so I'm just going to get rid of whatever it's given me, and I'm going to double click on that box there. I have a turny thing that I have on my left HOTAS stick, so I'm going to set that up. I'll move the whole range of motion there, and it's picked it up as joystick Z, so that's fine. Okay, thrust, I'm going to get rid of that. I do want to have thrust on, so I'm just going to move my thrust stick forward, then back. Okay, just test it's got that. Yes, it has. Don't want to put any curve on that. We're going to keep that linear, so that's fine. Wheel brake, ventilation, TDC, don't want any of this. Rudder, do want. Going to delete that. Double click on that. Move my stick, twist stick right then left fully. That's fine. Let's check that it's picked that up. Yes, it has. Axis tune that. And I want to put a curve of 25 as I put on all of my aircraft for all of the axis commands. Okay. Same thing with the roll, so delete that, double click on that, full left, full right on my stick. Okay, check it's picked it up. Yes, it has. And axis tune, and we're going to put a 25 curve on that, because you can see the red dot, which is where it's picking up the stick input currently, is within the black square. It means we don't need any dead zone. Okay, and finally we're going to put some pitch in, clear that, double click that, forwards and back. Okay, double check, yes, and axis tune. Dead zone is going to be okay still. Curve 25. Okay, that's our axis commands done. Right, next let's start working on the left side of HOTAS. So first of all, let's see if we've got a snap view for us to use. So you may not choose to do this one, but Snap View 5 I like to have set on my left HOTAS. It tends to be useful for dogfights. So that's left HOTAS there. Going to double click there. Going to use button 5 there. Okay. Next thing I want is going to be my normal universal air brake button that I use. It's a two-way button, an up and a down on the left HOTAS. Let's see if we can find that, shall we? Air brake. So what have we got? We've got open and close. So double click here. I want open as that and close as that. You can see that I've already got the commands set. I'm just taping over them just to show you basically, but that's that. So open and close. As I always say, if you've got multiple planes, try and keep them all as universally set up as possible. So this air brake switch I've got on this plane will be exactly the same air brake switch I set up for all of my other 10 or 13 planes where I've got. Just keeps things as simple and logical as possible, and it helps to fly. Okay, next my universal flap switch. It's a two-way switch, and I've got very simply flaps up and down. So here flaps down, here flaps up. Lovely. Right, now the Mig-15 is a bit strange. You've essentially got three triggers. You've got a trigger for your 23mm cannon, a trigger for your 37mm cannon, and a trigger for your weapons release. All of the other planes that I've flown only have up to 2 triggers. So what I'm going to do is the third trigger I'm going to put on my left HOTAS, where I'd usually have my autopilot button. I'm going to use put the trigger for the weapons release. I could easily put it on my right HOTAS, but I just fancy doing it on my left HOTAS. So we're going to go and find that now, and I'm going to type in here. I should show you how I'm doing this. I've gone to search and delete that. Type in what you want to search for, so weapons release, There you can see it there. Double click on that, select it there, done. That's my weapons release button set up. Okay, so that is my left HOTAS done. The only thing I want to do is add an auto start for if I'm feeling particularly lazy. So I've gone to search again, I found it, there it is. Going to put it on this iron switch here on the base of the HOTAS there, and auto stop there. So that's the left HOTAS set up. Now we're going to go to the right HOTAS. So let's set up our other two triggers. First of all, the 23mm cannon. So we're going to search for November Romeo dash, and there we can see NR23 cannon fires button. This is our right HOTAS stick here. Double click on that, click on trigger 1, and we've got that. Next we're going to do the 37mm cannon. Let's just type 37 in the search, there it is, and the fire button there. And let's put it as my second trigger on the right HOTAS. Okay, reload, stuff like that. I just prefer to do in the cockpit. You could set it to your HOTAS if you want, that's up to you. Okay, that's that. Now another one that I'd like to set on my HOTAS is the gun safety cover. You can use it as clickable in the cockpit, but it's a little bit fiddly and awkward. I've set that here, so let's see if I can find that. There it is, gun safety trigger, and I'm going to set that as what I'd usually have as my target designate button, but for this plane I'm going to have it as the safety cover. It's easy to get to and easy to reach in an emergency. That's okay. What else do we need? Okay, let's go for wheel brake. So back into search and wheel brake. So right HOTAS, my universal wheel brake button there. Okay. This plane doesn't have nose wheel steering, but what it does have is forced wheel brake on. It's like putting the wheel brake on but pressing it extra hard. Basically, that's what it means. And so I'm going to set that up as what would usually be my nose wheel steering button. It happens to be near the wheel brake button. It's the most logical way I can find of doing it. And okay, so I've got forced wheel brake and wheel brake on. So that's that. So we've got that. We've got the triggers. Next, as we need in all of our aircraft, is the trim. So search trim. We've got aileron trim left. We've got a four-way hat on our hat switch on our joystick. Top of our right HOTAS joystick. So we're going to set left there, right there. What's that? Pull, climb there, and dive there. That's my trim setup. Next is gonna be my Gunsight Ranging. You can technically do it by pressing it on the clickable cockpit, but it's almost impossible. So we're going to need a bind setup. So Gunsight increase. Let's try that. Doesn't work. No, Gunsight will have to do. There it is. Gunsight target distance decrease increase, and I'm going to put it up on my second four-way hat switch on the right joystick. I usually use as TDC slew, and I'm just going to use the up and down button on it. So decrease down, increase up, ping. Okay, and that is my command set up. Okay, so we're ready to go there. The only other thing I'd like to quickly show is that you can set the language of the cockpit up. So I'm going to cancel that because I've already done these keys before. I'm going to go to options from main menu. I'm going to go special here, Mig-15, if you can see it, there it is. So you can have auto lean to aim. That means that whenever you've got your, I think, gun selected, it'll automatically lean you in towards lean your vision in towards the guns, the gun sight. I don't find I need that. If you've got VR or a head tracker, you don't need that. And this is the interesting thing here, customized cockpit. You can have it English, Russian or Chinese. Simple as that. Right, I hope that helps. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you later.